good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you might be watching this. So our little video today is on a staple thing that I make over and over and over again. And it was first, the recipe for it was first given to me by a lady that used to come to my classes in the Middle East. So probably about a good 6-7 years ago. And as I say, I make it all the time. So basically, these are just seed crackers. I think I had a friend from South Africa and she called them flackers. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Basically because there's quite a lot of flax seeds in. Now I do have a recipe of all the different seeds and all that kind of stuff, but being a little bit of a lazy cook, shall we say, I found a quicker way to do it. So I'm just going to show you very quickly. It involves just chucking stuff in a bowl. I do have to leave it for 10-15 minutes, so I'll switch the video and then I'll come back to it again. I use these crackers for loads of different things. So I'm intolerant to wheat, and as much as I love bread, it doesn't love me. So if I want to dip into soup, or I want to use for things like hummus or anything, these crackers can do the job. So I'm going to show you. I mean, again, it's so simple. As I've said before, I'm not a chef, I'm not a cook. I like to make things and I like to try and get the most nutritional value out of them possible. So there are, if anybody was looking at keeping things lower carb, or you're keeping wheat out, you're getting loads and loads of brilliant fats, brilliant nutrients from all your different seeds. And as I say, you can do specific amounts of different things, but to me, I just buy the seed mix. You can get these in different places. I literally just picked these up today. So there's 4 different types of seeds in here. Let me tell you what they are. I can't actually see. I can see that there's pumpkin seeds in. So sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds and flax seeds. Flax seeds are very good for the ladies. Now the one extra thing that you do have to put in is chia seeds. Now chia seeds are brilliant for giving you a boost of protein. What they actually do when you add the water, the reason you have to leave it to sit for 10-15 minutes is that they're like the glue. So once you've mixed it all, stick your water and you have to leave it, and the chia seeds will soak up the water, and that's how they get held together in the sort of cracker form. So you need, even if you buy a seed mix, you need extra chia seeds. So what you also need is a couple of trays. Now in my usual format, I don't have enough paper, so I've only got enough paper for one. I kind of decide I'm going to make things and then I look in the cupboard to see if I have the right ingredients, whatever, and quite often I don't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of my squidgy silicone trays as well. You can decide yourself how thick or how thin you want them, and it's quite therapeutic to smooth out. You'll see in a wee second. If you have them as thin as possible, they will be a bit crispier. If you have a little bit thicker, they will be a bit more of a squidge. But it's very much a personal preference. So you can add lots and lots of different things to these. You can put in some paprika, mixed herbs. I quite like a bit of tomato paste, and today I was thinking, oh, I've got a bit of onion chutney. I might add that to it, but I'm still considering that because it might be a bit soggy. See, I kind of make up this stuff as I go along. Anyhow, what we want, so we've got our 4 seed mix. We basically want 2.5 cups of these seeds. One, nearly 2. We've got the other one. So you're kind of using, out of this particular Tesco bag, not quite 2 bags. And you'll get you'll get loads of these crackers, and you can keep them just in an airtight thing in your cupboard for ages. So that's 2. So we want 2.5. I haven't got a proper half, but let's just leave it. So let's say that's 2.5. Now we also need half a cup of the chia seeds. Remember the glue. The glue. So let's pop half of that in. Okay, get a spoon. So literally use your own flavours. You could add garlic powder, oh, onion powder, that might be quite nice. I've got some of that somewhere, I've got some onion granules. So I'm literally, you could maybe put about a tablespoon of herbs in. Okay, let's put a bit of onion powder in. So literally just be brave. Watch if you put chilies, quite nice in it, but obviously just watch it's not too much. I'm going to put a wee bit of paprika in. Now give it a stir. I know this sounds a bit daft, but stir it before you add the water. Stir, did I say that with a really strong Scottish accent? Stir it in. Because once you put the water in, then it all gets a bit gloopy. So give all that a bit of a stir first. Put a bit of salt in. Put the Himalayan salt. You don't need too much. Just a wee stir. And then we add, you don't need to put boiling water. I just got the kettle over just because it was easier. So we put a cup and a half water. Okay, so that goes in. Now at the moment you'll be like, this is just a big sloppy wet mess. Yes it is. But in 10 minutes time it will be holding together a lot better, enough that you can put it on your trays and get it in the oven. The oven's on at the moment at 170. It's not a particularly hot oven, and these do tend to take about an hour, so kind of prep them and then stick them in the oven while you're doing something else. A bit noisy. Okay, so literally, it's still a bit runny, still water there. I'm literally going to leave that to sit. I'm going to switch the camera off and I'll come back in 10 minutes time. And the water will have soaked into the chia seeds, and then we will get them on our trays. Did I put everything in that I wanted to? I think so. I think I'm going to leave onion chutney out. So I might do this and might use that another time when I'm not making a video, just to see what happens. Right, I will be switching off and I'll be back to you in a second. So we are back. So it's been, I don't know, 10-15 minutes, and you see there's no water that's aching to get out. So we dump some on here. Now, this is the slightly therapeutic side of things. So, depending on how thick you want your crackers, just give it a bit of a smooth down. Back of a metal spoon is the easiest way. I'm trying to do it quickly so I'm not boring you to death. But basically, once you actually do this, as I say, it's quite therapeutic. Sort of start smoothing it all out and seeing, sort of patching up the bits that I've not got so much on. I mean, every time I do these, and see I've been making these for years, they come out slightly differently. So, you know, sometimes, obviously it's, unless you've got a glass tray, you're never going to be able to see exactly how thick something is. You get a bit of an idea, and just give it a bit of a squish down at the edges. When this is cooked, they do stick together. I mean, if you overcook them, they do go crispy and they can break up a little bit, but as I say, it depends how you want it, and it's just another thing to play with. Right, so you just start to smooth it all out until you get down to the bottom of the pan. A little bit of chunk in. So when you first put it in, you think, oh, it's never going to go, but remember, it's a cracker. It's a cracker. Sorry, I should do that. Terrible, that's terrible. And as I say, you can either have a snappy cracker. Oh, it's coming thick and fast, don't they? You can either have a snappy cracker, or you can have something that's got a little tiny bit more depth in it. It's very much a personal preference. You can both. You can have bits of it as a bit thinner, bits of it a bit thicker. Depends on what you want to do with them. Right, let's just chuck this in here. So I'm just trying to be quick. Now normally I would probably have 2 trays and nearly fill the second one. But say I run out of paper, and these would just, if you didn't have paper, you could maybe spray some oil on it, but they would just stick. It is definitely, I was about to say I should have put paper in here, but that was the whole point. I haven't got any, have I? Hello. But at least these sort of silicone type things are a bit easier to get them out of than just a metal tray. So let's just put this one down, and then we'll get them in the oven, and then I will be back in an hour to show you. This one's all over the place a wee bit. Come on, baby. That's play nice. I think I've got too much in this one. So you can kind of see there that these are quite thick actually. Done that a bit thick. You're kind of looking really at a couple of millimetres, if at all possible. And you'll end up just faffing around with them all. But as I say, these are very much a staple for me. I'm a dipper. I like to dip, whether it's in soup, whether it's in hummus, whether it's in anything else you can think of. And these are just a really healthy way to get good fats in, still let you have the things you're dipping into without the toast or the other wheaty crackers or the crisps. Okay, those ones are a little bit thicker than normal, I'm not going to deny that. So there we have them. So these are, I would probably get almost 2 of these trays normally if I had actually bothered to be organised to get paper. I'm going to put these in my oven, which has been on, it's at 170. I've got a fan oven, so they're going in there. I'm going to look at them at about 45 minutes, and at 45 minutes I'm going to put a little bit of a very gentle score down it, and then I'm going to see how they go, and if they need another 50 minutes, then that's what I will do. And I will show you the outcome when we come back. So we are back. It's about, I put my crackers on for 45 minutes, turn the oven up just a little bit high, but anyway, they're absolutely fine. So I've already cut these ones up. Now you get some nice, just different ones. The edgy ones are a little bit crispy. You can see some of them are falling apart a bit. Don't worry too much about that, because when you cut them up and you take them out and you let them, you let them cool down and everything, a bit crumbly. Get a jar or get something that you can put those crumbs in, because if you're having a salad, or you could put them on top of, like, I don't know, roast potatoes or anything, don't chuck them away. Those seeds can be useful. I mean, obviously you might not want to make them into muesli if you've got garlic powder in there, but you can chuck them on anything. Just say put them in your roast veg, put them on top of soup, mini croutons. You can use them for loads of stuff, but you still get, so even with my oven on a little bit high, I've still got lots of nice crackers. So you need to leave that to cool down. And let me just cut these ones up. So this one was a bit of a thinner one. Okay, so these ones aren't my best ever. It's always the way you make a video, it's never the best one. Just cut them up. You could probably make a bit of an, I was aiming for a bit of an indent as we were cooking, but I was doing some study and I misjudged it. But you know what? It's fine. You might not be the prettiest, but look, that's great for dipping. So I've got some soup and I've got my hummus. So I'll have a little dip. It's just brilliant. If you're a dipper, like me, they're perfect. Now, one of the other videos I did was about, just while I'm here, might as well say, was about bone broth and veggie broth. Now, because I had that already in the fridge and already in the freezer the other day, over the weekend, I was a bit snotty and I really felt like tomato soup. It's just a bit of an old thing. Mum used to give me tomato soup and I wasn't feeling so good. So, because that was already in the fridge, I literally, so simple, I cut up a red onion, a brown onion, about 3 cloves of garlic, a little bit of ginger. I put it in a pot with a bit of coconut oil and I let that soften, I let the flavours come. I chucked in 1 tin of chopped tomatoes and some, what else did I put in? Just some salt and pepper, I think some herbs and a bit of tomato paste. And it came out as a really lovely, yummy soup. I whizzed it up. So that's my leftover bit. So basically tonight, I'm going to be heating up that soup in a bowl and I'm going to be dipping in my crackers and then I might have a wee bit of my favourite hummus. So these are my seed crackers. I say I make these all the time. They're brilliant for getting those good fats in. getting all the nutrients in, not overdosing on bread, because there's no wheat in here, there's no nasty grains, it's just all good stuff, and you get some really good crackers. Okay, have a go, let me know, try not to overcook them like me, try not to have your oven up too high, I forget sometimes. So yeah, I had it in between two things and it was a bit too high. Anyway, those are the seed crackers. I'm going to get a thing to cool mine down, then they're going to go in a tin, just in here, the lid, and they just stay in there and they're there. They last for ages. At the end of the day, it's just seeds. Alright, I will see you again another time.